Today we celebrate the feast of St. Charles Lwanga and his companions. Charles was born in 1860 and died in 1886. I want to give a little bit of biographical information about him and then a brief reflection. St. Charles was one of 22 Ugandan martyrs. He is the patron of youth and Catholic action in most of tropical Africa. He protected his fellow pages, who were aged 13 to 30, from the sexual demands of the ruler at that time, Mwanga, and he encouraged and instructed them in the Catholic faith during their imprisonment for refusing the ruler's demands. Charles first learned of Christ's teachings from two retainers in the court of one of the local chiefs. While a catechumen, he entered the royal household as assistant to Joseph Mukaso, who was head of the court pages. On the night of Mukaso's martyrdom, for encouraging the African youth to resist Lwanga, Charles requested and received baptism. While imprisoned with his friends, Charles' courage and belief in God inspired them to remain chaste and faithful. For his own unwillingness to submit to the immoral acts and his efforts to safeguard the faith of his friends, Charles Lwanga was burned to death on June the 3rd, 1886, by the orders of Chief Mwanga. When Pope Paul VI canonized these 22 martyrs in 1964, he also made reference to the several Anglican pages who were martyred at that time for the same reason. Like Charles Lwanga, we are all teachers and witnesses to Christian living by the examples of our own lives. We are all called upon to spread the word of God, whether by word or deed, by remaining unshakable and courageous in our faith during times of great physical and moral temptation. We are called to live as Christ lived.